For several years, the mere mention of Tadmur prison was enough to send shivers down the spines of Syrians. It is all true. Want to find out? Welcome back to Prisons Revealed. In today's video, we're going to discuss a terrifying prison which was made just to dehumanize its inhabitants. So if you're into prison stories, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification button to not miss out on anything. So there are reports that hundreds of Syrians who opposed the reign of the Assad family were taken into an infamous facility in the middle of Syria's desert, where they were beaten, humiliated and subjected to systematic torture. This is not it. There is more in the story. Let's get in. It was demolished this past weekend by the Islamic State group, which took control of the site last month near the ancient town of Palmyra. This caused many Syrians to feel conflicted emotions because they wanted it to remain standing so that future generations would be aware of the atrocities that occurred there. They destroyed our memories, our disaster, and the worlds that we relied on and told our tales to, said Ali Abudin, a Lebanese citizen who had spent 4 horrific years in Tadmur. They demolished the walls that we leaned on and told our stories to. They ruined the ground that had become stained with our blood as a result of the torture. The vast jail, which was previously considered one of Syria's most shameful secrets, can be found a few miles east of Palmyra, which is a desert oasis known for the Roman colonnades, temples and relics that can be found there. There were concerns that terrorists affiliated with the Islamic State may demolish the cultural monument that dates back 2,000 years. Instead, they concentrated all of their destructive might on Tadmur prison throughout the weekend. Extremists circulated photographs of individuals carrying explosive-filled plastic canisters. Video revealed jail ruins. Osama al-Khatib, a Syrian opposition activist who escaped Palmyra for Turkey 3 weeks ago, said terrorists demolished just the military jail. The political jail is still standing, he claimed. His report was untrue. Tadmur prison is part of a walled-off military complex that comprises military and civilian units and an aviation base. Former detainees believe it could hold 7,000, however the number has fallen. The jail was vacant when IS marched into Palmyra. Under Bashar Assad's father, Hafiz, the jail imprisoned predominantly Muslim Brotherhood members, pro-Saddam Hussein Baathists, and Yasser Arafat adherents. The worst episode in Tadmur's history occurred in June 1980, after Muslim Brotherhood militants failed to kill Hafiz Assad. In reaction, Rifat Assad's forces reportedly shot 1,000 Brotherhood detainees. Al-parents, Khatibs, informed him about the event, recalling hearing gunfire all night. After that, bulldozers from Palmyra dug mass graves in neighboring Owemir mountain, he added. Do you know, no one dared glance inside the jail, Al-Khatib claimed. Abu then arrived in Tadmur in 1988, nearly a year after being jailed in Damascus for supposedly having links with Israel, Syria's arch-enemy. He was blindfolded and shackled while being kicked, shoved and beaten with clubs and rods. Broken nose, copious bleeding. Abudin has torture marks on both legs and a dislocated arm. You have come to your death. There is no mercy here. God is barred from entering the jail. We are God. We determine if you live or die. The warden told captives immediately after they arrived. Abudin claims he was abused and humiliated throughout his time there. The jailers called him Number 13 instead of his true name. He shared a cell with 150 convicts and a bathroom. Each prisoner received 3 loaves of Arabic bread, an olive and a teaspoon of marmalade daily, with 1 egg split by 5. Prisoners were blocked off from the outside world, said Abudin, who didn't learn the Berlin Wall fell and the Soviet Union dissolved until 1993. Abudin cried as he remembered peeping through a keyhole and watching a soldier urinate on their meal. He refused to eat but didn't tell anyone what he saw for fear of being murdered. He informed fellow prisoners he was sick. I determined I wouldn't say anything then, but one day I'll explain what the dictatorship did to us. Abu then sobbed. God cursed this regime and humanity haters. When he was relocated to Sadnaya prison near Damascus, he stated it was a 5-star hotel in comparison. Abu Dain, who chairs the committee of Lebanese and Syrian prisons, lamented Tadmur's devastation. They smashed a historic landmark that should have been kept since people died in every room, he added. Amnesty International's 2001 report, Syria, Torture, Despair and Dehumanization in Tadmur military prison, documented routine prisoner abuse, including the use of iron bars, whips and cables. Tadmur prison appears to have been built to inflict maximum agony, humiliation and death on captives. Extremists may have blown up the plant to curry favor with Syrian government victims. Residents and ex-inmates termed it a mistake. Yassin al-Hajj Saleh, who spent 16 years in Syrian prisons, wrote about his experiences, called the news devastating. "I hoped to visit the prisons where I served time would bring closure," he wrote on Facebook. "The dismantling of a jail that symbolizes our imprisonment is also the elimination of our freedom. It's a big service to the Assad system of slavery," he said. Al-Khatib and his companions dreamed of chronicling jail life. Daesh's destruction of the murder scene makes it harder to determine what happened, he added. "I'm against dismantling it, even if it reflects a horrible moment in Palmyra and Syria's history. It should have been preserved." Radwan Ziadeh, a Syrian opposition official, said Tadmur prison should have become a museum for future generations as proof of human depravity under Assad. That's all for today. Please hit that like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.